Hey guys, Tony Denaro here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to talk with you about some of my thoughts and my research about when and why shorts attack certain companies, how debt and revenue plays into that, and we're going to wrap up talking about a 10-year short squeeze where the shorts lost. Let's get right into it. There are a lot of different reasons why short sellers might decide to attack a company, and in some cases, I think most of us would agree, some of them are justified. I've got a list up on the screen here. When we think about things like accounting fraud, major business fraud, misleading accounting, other illegal activity, or pyramid schemes, I think we could say these might be justified shorts. Then there are other business or business cycle related reasons why shorts might jump onto a company. Things that many of us think about and know about: competitive pressures, dividend cuts incoming, industry issues, patent expirations, or potential upcoming earnings miss. But the most common reason I think that most of us are used to seeing shorts attack a company is listed right here in the middle of the screen: overvaluation. When the price of a stock gets kind of ahead of its skis in terms of relative price to the relative value of the company itself, or when a company is on the brink of bankruptcy or has filed Chapter 11. Bed Bath & Beyond right now in March of 2023 comes to mind in that example. And one other reason that shorts might have no fear in attacking a company is when it has no income. Mullen Automotive being a good example. You can see here at the top, total revenue zero, massive negative net revenues. Another good example would be GTII with no income and massive operating losses every single quarter. These are not companies that shorts are scared to attack. Many people would say, and I would not disagree, that this is predatory short selling, that these companies are being unfairly targeted and their ability to thrive or raise money through debt or equity is being hampered by the shorts attacking them. And again, I don't disagree. But as an investor, and to you, my fellow investors, I say that it is important to understand the landscape of the game that we are playing in. Yes, we need more rules on short selling. We need more transparency. We need change at the SEC to know who is shorting these and how long they're holding those positions. But what do I mean by understanding the landscape that we're operating in? Well, for myself as an investor and for you, it means looking at the financial statements of these companies, becoming familiar with them, going years back if needed to understand exactly why these shorts are targeting these companies. Once you develop that ability to do due diligence on your own and read financial statements and understand what is going on with these companies, you can break away from that group think that the shorts are scared in every single play that they are shorting. I can pretty much assure you that in most cases, if a company is filing Chapter 11 or has no revenue and massive losses every single quarter, that the shorts are most likely not very scared. And if the shorts are not scared, you need to be very careful about what price you decide to enter this stock, if you even decide to enter the play. All right, let's move over to a more fun part of the discussion. The 10-year stock squeeze. Tesla is the ticker I'm going to be looking at. You can see the chart here. The company went public in 2010, and look how it languished from 2010 until 2020. And if we go back and pull a short interest report on Tesla going all the way back to those times, that is this white line right here. Look at this, 70% short interest back in the early part of the decade, 40%, and then mostly just hanging around 30% all the way until 2019. The shorts thought that they had Tesla on the ropes. The easy answer to that question, why Tesla was being so heavily shorted in that decade when they were starting up, is because they had no income. In fact, they had negative income. Just look at all the bars going down underneath that x-axis. But what changed in October of 2019 is Tesla finally reported a profitable quarter. In fact, they reported 5 in a row, and the stock just absolutely took off, running up from $20 all the way to $300 in a matter of 5 quarters. This is the power of transforming your company from one which is making no money or losing money to one that is generating profitable quarter after quarter after quarter. This is why getting to a point where you're generating a profit is so critical to getting the shorts out of your play. Those back-to-back profitable quarters both buoyed investor confidence and increasing buying pressure, and it got shorts out of the play as they realized that the company was not going to fail. Tesla's stock price got a two-pronged bump, not only from the retail and institutional investors buying based on the good news of positive earnings, but also from the short sellers having to buy to close out those shorts. And we watched the short interest drop from 30% down to 6% by the end of 2020. So we discussed the effect of going from negative earnings to positive earnings, what that can do to shorts and scaring them out of their short position. But also, a lot of people talk about debt, long-term debt especially. And let's take a look at Tesla's long-term liability chart here. Going all the way back, you can see as they were growing the company, they were taking on debt, a necessity in the business to grow. And it got quite high. In fact, it was $10 billion in 2019. Another major reason that the shorts started getting out of the play, not only because of the earnings going from negative to positive, but Tesla started having the ability to pay down some of that debt. And you can see that they have dropped their long-term liabilities from $10 billion down to $1.6 billion on this chart. It is not necessary to pay off all your debt. You can see Tesla did not pay off all their debt in 2019 or even in 2020. What is necessary to ruin a short thesis is to have a company that is generating profits and have a company that has some ability to start paying down the debt. There are many companies that have lots of long-term debt, some of them billions of dollars of long-term debt, and they're not being attacked by shorts. Why is that? Mostly because all of these companies have positive earnings every single quarter, and they have the ability to service that debt, and many of them are also paying down the debt. It's not the debt, it's the inability to service it without taking a loss that gets you in trouble with shorts. There are also other companies that have no long-term debt, GameStop being one, for example, that still get attacked by shorts. So let's talk about that for a second. Why would you be attacked by shorts if you have no long-term debt? Because debt is not the only piece of the puzzle. Looking at fundamentals when you're coming at it from a short perspective is a multifaceted process. You're looking at earnings, are they positive or negative? You're looking at debt, but you're also looking at the growth prospects of the industry and many other factors. So you can't take one thing in isolation and say, this is the magic bullet. If you don't have this, or if you have this, the shorts will not attack you. It is a complex puzzle, guys. And I urge you to always look at the entire picture and not get fixated on one thing when you're comparing or contrasting companies and why they're being targeted by shorts or not being targeted by shorts. Hopefully you found this little walk down history lane in Tesla relevant to whatever plays you are considering. And as for myself, when I'm looking at a short squeeze play, whether or not these shorts are legal or synthetic, whether they're naked or whether they are properly located is not really the issue for me. I try and get in the mind of the short seller and understand why are they shorting the play, what needs to happen to get them out of the play, and how do we make that happen? In the meantime, sometimes we get lucky on low float stocks or ones where there is a catalyst and a bunch of money comes into the buy side of the equation, and we get short squeezes even if the fundamental reasons aren't fixed. In those circumstances, and we see them a lot almost every single week, you want to make sure that you are getting in early, and if you are getting in late on that momentum run up, scale back your risk. Don't load the boat if you are late to the play. And as always, my general advice is always be taking profits. If you see that play starting to turn and go the wrong direction, have an exit plan and get out of the play. If you love the company, you can always buy when it comes back down. I am Tony Denaro. I want to thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you got value out of this. If this is your first time here, don't forget to buy and hold that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.